Weather video kicks off in Puerto Rico, where Hurricane Ernesto caused catastrophic flooding. Rivers there all swollen after nearly 10 inches of rain. Officials opening up floodgates after several dams with siren warnings people to evacuate ahead of that flooding. Nearly half of the island is still without power. Overnight storms hit parts of Kansas. 2 school districts near Wichita canceled classes today. Some roads are closing because of ongoing power outages and damage. Crews are also working to restore power, a feeling we all know too well here. Mount Etna in Italy roared into action earlier today. It caused partial flight disruptions at the airport nearby. Etna, one of the world's most active volcanoes, has seen intense activity in recent days, spewing hot ash and lava.